welcome back to another installment of the Neighborhood Kitchen. Well, it is January. It's winter. It's cold outside, baby. It's cold outside. It's snowing. It's a dreary fucking day. And I thought to myself, what's the best way to warm yourself up on a cold and snowy Sunday? With a nice, hearty bowl of soup. Not just any soup. No. I have to say, there's a chef that I follow on YouTube, Matty Matheson. The guy's a complete nutcase. He's totally mentally irregular. He's a little disheveled, questionable hygiene, but I like his cooking techniques. I like his recipes. You might have even seen him on The Bear, and I was watching this video about a couple of weeks ago, and he made this giant meatball soup. And I thought to myself, that's fucking brilliant. I'm going to try that. I can make that better. So, this is going to be my version of giant meatball soup. What? Nothing brings joy to people's faces like meatballs. Okay? And when it comes to balls, the bigger the better. Hey, tomorrow's the inauguration. You want to talk about big balls? This is a good way to celebrate that. So, tonight's dish is giant meatball soup. And you know what? This is perfect for a Sunday because it's a new and innovative way. Well, I don't know if it's new and innovative, but it's a nice way to integrate pasta and meatballs on a Sunday without having the trouble of going through, making gravy and sauce and everything like that. So, with that being said, let's dive right into the dish. So, we're going to start off by making meatballs. So, for our meatballs, as you can see, I got the normal cast of characters here. Your meat trifecta. You got your beef, your pork, and your veal. But I'm going to make these a little bit different than I typically make meatballs. I'm going to make them a little bit more special because I'm going to add some hot Italian sausage that I took out of its casing just to really just spice these up a little bit. Okay? Give it that extra little punch that you need on a cold Sunday afternoon. So we got our beef, pork, our veal, our hot sausage. You could use sweet if you like, but who doesn't like a nice and spicy meatball? We're going to add a little extra virgin olive oil because that's nice. Why not? All right, we're going to add some garlic. So I got a couple cloves of garlic that I pasted up. I have a medium-sized Vidalia onion that I diced up nice. Okay. Come on. All right. To that, we're going to add some Italian seasoning. And this is just a simple Italian seasoning blend. You can make this. You can buy it. It's ground oregano. It's dried oregano, dried basil, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little dried marjoram. Okay, I'm just going to use about a tablespoon or so. Okay, because you got 2 pounds of meat here. Always give it a little grind. Okay, just to wake it up. All right, we're going to give it a nice pinch of salt. Okay, just a little bit more. All right, some nice fresh cracked black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper. Okay, like I said, pretty simple. The only deviation is I added hot Italian sausage. Now we're going to add some grated cheese. Okay, about a half a cup. Okay, no one ever complained about too much cheese. All right, and then we're going to add our breadcrumbs. Now, like I said, when it comes to breadcrumbs, I like to go about a quarter of a cup and then add as I need, only because, you don't want bread balls. You just want enough that it's going to stick together, okay? So that's it. If I need more, we'll add more. No big deal. Now, because we got about 2 pounds of meat, I'm going to add 2 eggs. So you figure about an egg per pound, okay? And that's it. See? Meatballs are simple. Now I just got to debling, and we got to mix this up. Our meatball mixture is all together now. You see how it just forms a quick little ball like that? That's when you know to stop hitting breadcrumb. So it's just holding together nice. The last time I made meatballs, I went into this whole diatribe on how you should be breading and frying your meatballs, otherwise you're a fucking asshole. And that's still true. However, there are exceptions. So if I was making gravy or sauce, then yeah, I should be breading and frying these. But they're going into a soup. So if I bread and fry them and then I put them into a soup, the breading is going to get all mealy and mouchard and nobody wants that. People like a nice ball, not a mouchard one. I wonder how many fucking ball references I could make in this video. Start counting, kids. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna brown these in the oven, and then we're gonna finish cooking them in the soup. Now I'm gonna make these meatballs big, because this is big ball soup. So I want them a little bit bigger than a baseball, slightly smaller than a grapefruit. So somewhere in between. So get yourselves a nice big sheet pan, right? Oil it down so your balls don't stick. Nobody likes a sticky ball. All right, and then we're going to just make some nice sized meatballs. Now, you know, I'm going to say probably a nice, like, there we go. Yeah, it's like this. So you want them about that big, okay? It is big ball soup. Now, be gentle with your balls. Don't start mangling and mashing them. You just want to form them nice like that. Okay, and boom. Now, you want to preheat your oven to 475 degrees. We're going to do this at a super high heat, okay? We just want to get a nice browning on them, okay? They're going to cook. They're going to finish cooking all the way through in the soup. So, you know, if you don't finish cooking them in the oven, don't freak the fuck out, all right? See? Just nice, like that. See? Beautiful, beautiful. A little bit bigger than a baseball, slightly smaller than a grapefruit. I should get, hopefully, 5 to 6 balls out of this. This needs some friends here, okay? And this is going to be nice with the hot sausage in it and everything. Good stuff, okay? Good stuff. All right, so there we go. Another big ball right there. Hey, simple. This is actually a pretty quick dish to make. It's not really too complicated, okay? And then we're going to get to making our soup as these balls are browning in the oven, okay? So I think I'll probably get maybe 6 of them. So yeah, that's what it looks like. All right, so that's it. So you should get 6 nice size, you know, nice balls, okay? There we go. And that's that. Every little scrap of meat in there. You know, inflation. We don't want to waste it. Okay. Oh, these smell good. All right, so there you go. Our balls are ready to go in the oven. You just want to drizzle some extra virgin olive oil on them to help them brown up. So, and plus, it'll keep. You want to keep your balls together here. Make sure they stay together. Okay. That one was coming undone a little bit. All right, and like I said, 475, 10, 15 minutes, just until they're nice and brown, okay? Don't be stingy with the oil. Okay, so our meatballs are in the oven. Now we can start on the soup. So first we're gonna need some aromatics. Now, you can kind of do this a couple different ways. If you want to go with a traditional mirepoix, carrot, celery, and onion, you can. You could even do a trinity, which is, you know, bell pepper, celery, and onion like they do down in Louisiana. I'm just going to keep this real simple. Just the base is going to be peppers and onions. You can't get more Italian than that, right? So I'm going to use about 3 different kinds of pepper. You know, a regular red bell pepper. This is going to add some nice sweetness. This is a Cubanelle pepper, otherwise known as Italian frying peppers. Not as sweet as the bell. It's not a hot pepper, but it's not as sweet as the bell. It's just got a nice peppery taste. This makes great sausage and peppers. I also like it for this, so I'm going to use a bell pepper, Cubanelle, and then I cut a couple of Italian long hots, just to give it a little punch. You know, you need a little extra heat to warm up in this cold. So now we're going to start on the soup part, which I love this because it's like almost like a tomato-based soup, and I absolutely love tomato soup. First things first, we got a nice heavy cast iron pot. I got this set to medium-high heat. And you want a good amount of extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of it while your pan's getting hot, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to saute our peppers and onions and garlic. Okay, so onions going in. And we just want to sweat all of this stuff out, okay? Then our combination of peppers. Look at that, it's like confetti in there, okay? So we're going to get these going. Now you want to sweat these down. So it's going to take a couple minutes. Be patient. Okay? Pan sizzling a little bit. And then once these sweat down a little bit, then we'll add our garlic. and tomato paste. Okay, so our peppers and onions are talking to us. The onions are getting nice and translucent. Our peppers are getting nice and tender. Now is the time we're going to add our garlic and season this. So I got about 4 cloves of garlic here that I smashed up and pasted. So we're going to add that. Mix that around. Ah, you wish you could smell it. You know, there's just something about onions and garlic and peppers. It's like the Italian flag in here. All right, now we're going to season this. Very simple, okay? Some good pinch of salt, okay? Just for shits and gigs. Some black pepper. And I like to add my Italian seasonings now because toast it up a little bit. And like I said, very simple. It's just dried oregano, dried basil, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little dried marjoram, and that's it. Okay? So just get that stirred around. You want to cook the garlic. Just careful you don't burn your garlic. You just want to cook this another couple, 2-3 minutes just to get everything incorporated. When you smell that garlic starting to get aromatic, then we can move on to the next step. Okay? Look at that. Beautiful. This is just beautiful right here. Okay? Ah, smells so good. And if you notice, I rough chopped the vegetables. I didn't, put a really fine dice on it because this is a soup. I want to be able to eat something. Okay? So we're just going to get this cooked through a little bit. We're going to also add some tomato paste to this, okay? To hold this, to give it some nice body. So get about a tablespoon of tomato paste ought to do. All right, and you want to cook that. Nobody likes raw tomato paste. So you want to cook that out. All right, just give it a couple minutes, stir it around, okay? This is just going to be, this is what makes winter bearable right here, okay? Yeah, look at that. You could just spread that on some toast and you'd be happy, right? Now I want to deglaze the pan with just a little bit of a good dry sherry, okay? Just want to deglaze, get all those flavors off the bottom there. All right, it's going to give it a nice little bouquet. Look at that. That's a nice sofrito right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Now, we're going to add a whole can of crushed tomatoes. All right, so just add that in carefully. Like I said, this is like Sunday sauce, but not. And, this is I don't know, I just discovered this brand, Muti. I'm telling you, their crushed tomatoes are so good, you could just eat it right out of the can, okay? So we want to incorporate this. Okay. I think I'm going to give this another little pinch of salt real quick. All right. So just hit this with a little bit more salt. All right. And now here's where you add your stock. Now you could go with beef stock. You can go with chicken stock. If you want to use veggie stock, you can go with veggie stock. I'm using some of my homemade bone broth. Okay. So this is really going to give it a nice little punch. All right, so there you go. Okay, so we just got that going nice, and now what we want to do is let this come up to a boil and just simmer nice. Okay, and there you go. So look at that, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so just cover it, let it come up to a boil, let it simmer. Then we're going to pull our meatballs and add them to the soup. Also, you want to add 2 bay leaves to this as well, okay? Which, remember to fish these out before you serve it, because bay leaves are not really good eating. Okay, so we pulled our meatballs out of the oven. Look how beautiful and brown they got. Now let's put them in the sauce. So we're ready to put our meatballs in the soup. So gently pull them off the mat. And right in the, look at that. Oh, so good, I want to dip my balls in it. There we go. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, come on. This is, you can't get better than that. Huh? Man, these are going to be really, this is going to be amazing soup. Okay, so there we go. We just get that in there. Get this last guy in there. That's it. All the caramelization from the meat. Just make sure they're nice and submerged. And now we're going to drop this to a low, medium-low heat and let it simmer for about an hour, covered, and then you go. Okay? And that's it. Okay, so it's been an hour. Our soup's been simmering away. Let's take a look. Just gorgeous. Look at this soup. I tasted this before, and my God, it was delicious. So now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take the meatballs out real quick because I'm going to add some pasta to this, and I want to cook the pasta, and I want it to stick. So I'm just going to take the meatballs out of the way. All right, we're going to add them back in. Don't worry. But look at how beautiful these things look, huh? Oh yeah, babe. Oh yeah. So we're just going to pop these out. And then to this, we're just going to add our pasta. And this is a good time to remove those bay leaves as well. So we're just going to put this down over here. All right. And we want to find those bay leaves and remove them because they're not good. Now we're going to cook our pasta right in the soup. You could use any kind of pasta you want. I'm using these ditallinis. These are like little tiny baby macaronis. You could use pastina. You could use orzo. Those little broken spaghettis, the fettinis would be even good. Hell, you could just take some broken lasagna noodles, some pasta rags, and just add that in here. Now we're just going to cook this for about 8 minutes. The starch that the pasta is going to give off is also going to give this a nice velvety texture. So I took the meatballs out so that I could stir the pasta around so it doesn't stick without breaking the meatballs up. Okay, so about 8 minutes. When our pasta cooks, we put our meatballs back in and plate this baby up. So we got our soup bowl here. Get a little ladle. So we want to get a meatball. All right. Put that right down in the center. And then you want to just halfway up. Okay, look at that. That's a nice, hearty, stick to your ribs kind of soup. Look at that. Huh? Perfect. Right there. Now, let's dress her up, shall we? Garnish this. First, we're going to start with some grated cheese. Okay, so we're going to make it rain. All right. I need some fresh cracked black pepper. Just over the top like that. We're going to take some nice chopped parsley for some color. All right. And then a couple of swirls of good extra virgin olive oil. There we go. Now, let's go munch. Okay, so I poured myself a nice, beautiful glass of wine. I'm drinking a Shiraz from Australia, which will pair nicely with this. I can't wait to dig into this. I've been smelling this thing for the last hour. So, a salud, mangia bene. That's a nice wine. Okay, so this thing's probably going to be hot as hell. All right, our meatball is perfectly cooked. Just take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So we're just going to get a little bit of everything on the plate here. This is going to be hot, so. Matter of fact, let me cut that in half. It'll burn my face off. Oh my God. That meatball with the hot sausage got the right amount of heat. Got a little heat from those Italian long hots. The creaminess of the pasta with the tomato broth. Oh. This will warm up Alaska. It's so good. This will make you pray for snow. Thank you for stopping in to the neighborhood kitchen. Get out there and eat something, will you? Salud.